The planet of Velcro 7 was an unforgiving place. Its skies were painted in hues of crimson and gold, with toxic clouds that churned like restless seas. The ground beneath was cracked and barren, littered with jagged obsidian shards that glinted menacingly under the dim light of two suns. It was a world where survival was not just a skill, but a necessity, a daily battle against nature itself. For generations, the inhabitants of Velcro 7 had adapted to their harsh environment. They were known across galaxies as resilient beings, capable of enduring conditions that would kill most other species within minutes. Among these survivors were two young aliens named Kale and Naira, students at the Academy of Survival Sciences, where they learned the art of staying alive in one of the universe's deadliest environments. Kale's skin shimmered faintly with bioluminescent patterns, a trait common among his kind, while Naira's exoskeleton gleamed with iridescent plates that shifted colors depending on her mood. Both were eager learners, often paired together during field exercises due to their complementary skills. Kale excelled in strategy and problem-solving, while Naira possessed unparalleled reflexes and physical strength. On this particular day, their instructor, a seasoned survivor named Vren, had assigned them a mission unlike any they'd faced before. "Today," he said, his voice gravelly yet commanding, "you will venture into the Obsidian Wastes, a region notorious for its treacherous terrain and deadly predators. Your task is simple. Retrieve a sample of the rare Lumina bloom, a plant rumored to grow only in the deepest parts of the wastes." The class murmured nervously. Everyone knew the stories about the Obsidian Wastes. Few who entered ever returned, and those who did carried scars, both visible and invisible. But Kale and Naira exchanged determined glances. This was their chance to prove themselves, to show they were ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. The journey began at dawn, when the twin suns cast long shadows over the cracked earth. Kale carried a scanner designed to detect signs of life, while Naira wielded a plasma blade forged from materials native to Velcro 7. Together, they moved cautiously through the wasteland, their footsteps crunching against the brittle ground. As they ventured deeper, the air grew heavier, laced with traces of noxious gases. Kale activated his breathing filter, a device implanted beneath his jawline, while Naira relied on her natural resistance to toxins. Despite their preparations, the dangers of the wastes became apparent almost immediately. Towering spires of black rock loomed overhead, their sharp edges threatening to impale anyone careless enough to stray too close. Strange creatures darted between the shadows, some small and harmless, others large and predatory. It wasn't long before they encountered their first real threat. A pack of razorclaws emerged from the darkness, their elongated bodies glistening with venomous saliva. Each creature stood nearly twice as tall as Kale, their razor-sharp claws clicking ominously as they circled their prey. "Stay calm," Kale whispered, gripping a compact energy pistol. "They're testing us." Naira nodded, crouching low and raising her plasma blade. "Let's show them we're not easy prey." With precision and teamwork, they managed to fend off the attackers, though not without cost. One of the razorclaws managed to graze Naira's arm, leaving behind a shallow wound that sizzled ominously as the acidic venom took effect. She gritted her teeth, refusing to let the pain slow her down. "We need to treat that," Kale said urgently, pulling out a medkit. "There's no time," Naira replied, shaking her head. "If we stop now, we'll lose our chance to find the bloom." Reluctantly, Kale agreed, but he made a mental note to prioritize finding something to neutralize the venom once they secured the flower. Hours passed as they pressed onward, navigating increasingly treacherous landscapes. Finally, just as hope began to wane, they spotted it, a single Lumina bloom glowing softly amidst a cluster of jagged rocks. Its petals pulsed with a gentle light, casting an ethereal glow over the surrounding area. "It's beautiful," Naira breathed, momentarily forgetting the danger around them. Kale approached cautiously, scanning the area for potential threats. When none appeared, he carefully plucked the bloom, placing it inside a protective container. "We've got it," he said, relief evident in his voice. "Now let's get out of here." But their celebration was short-lived. As they turned to leave, the ground beneath them began to tremble violently. Cracks spread outward, revealing molten lava bubbling just below the surface. Panic set in as they realized they were standing atop a dormant volcano, one that had suddenly awakened. "Run!" Kale shouted, grabbing Naira's uninjured arm and pulling her along. They sprinted toward higher ground, dodging falling debris and leaping over widening fissures. Behind them, the volcano roared to life, spewing ash and fire into the sky. The heat was unbearable, searing their skin even through their protective gear. Just when escape seemed impossible, Kale spotted a narrow crevice leading to a cave system. "In there!" he yelled, pointing toward the opening. Without hesitation, they dove inside, narrowly avoiding a cascade of burning rocks. Once inside, they collapsed onto the cool stone floor, gasping for breath. "That was too close," Naira panted, clutching her injured arm. Kale nodded, examining the wound more closely. "We can't wait any longer. If we don't treat this, the venom could spread." Using supplies from the medkit, he applied a neutralizing agent to the wound, watching as the sizzling sound subsided. Naira winced but remained silent, grateful for his quick thinking. When they finally emerged from the caves hours later, the landscape had transformed. Rivers of lava carved new paths through the wasteland, and the air was thick with ash. But despite the devastation, they felt a sense of triumph. They had faced unimaginable challenges and survived, not just because of their individual strengths, but because of their unwavering partnership. Upon returning to the academy, Vreng greeted them with a rare smile. "You've done well," he said, inspecting the Lumina bloom. "This will aid our research immensely. More importantly, you've proven yourselves capable of handling anything Velcro 7 throws your way." Kale and Nira exchanged proud smiles, knowing they had taken another step toward mastering the art of survival. And though the road ahead would undoubtedly be fraught with peril, they were ready to face it together. Little did they know, however, that their adventure was far from over, for hidden within the petals of the Lumina bloom lay secrets that would change the fate of their world, and perhaps the entire galaxy.